just to let you know. But if you want to hear these interesting, I think you'll want to hear the third one, definitely. I'm going to tell you about this. You know, you think the world is crazy, and the world is crazy. Spain is just as crazy as everywhere else. You know, just a mad thing happened this week here in Spain. Well, there's lots of mad things happen here in Spain. I could be here all day talking about it, but I just thought I'd let you know about these. Now, the first one, just want to warn you, is very sad. Very, very sad. But I was like incandescent with anger about it. So let me tell you this, what's happened in Spain. You know, if you think British justice is bad, Spanish justice is non-existent. Absolutely non-existent. Makes me so angry. Now, it's fun, you know, everything in Spain is arbitrary. I've said this to you before. You know, to try and you can't, you know, if you think somebody is going to be prosecuted for murder in Spain, you think, you know, they're going to get at least 15 years, which is pathetic, but 15 years is a normal sentence for murder in Spain. And then what they do is the judge decides based on, you know, was the person who's murdered under a certain age, was the sex involved? You know, there's all different layers where the judge then can take the 15 years is the base normally, and then the judge decides whether to make that more or less, whatever. And so we saw the case of Tony King. He's got over 50 years, 50 odd years he's got to serve. Having said that, he's only got another 10 years to go, I think, now or something. But, you know, a lot of people that are charged with murder in Spain, they don't hardly get any sentence. You know, it's like ridiculous. And here's one case that I saw about today. So let's share this. I mean, you won't be able to read it because it's in Spanish, but I'll obviously translate it for you. So this is a guy called Paco who, right, this is what he did. So I want you to try and guess what his sentence was for doing this. So he hit his auntie, who was very elderly, until she was unconscious. And then he put a plastic bag over her head until she died. Okay, this is what Paco did. Let's have a look where he did it. I'm not sure where it was. Let's see. Don't know where this is. Why does it not say where it is? 7.5 years, his sentences. Anyway, that's enough to tell you. 7.5 years for hitting his elderly auntie over the head until she went unconscious, putting her 91 years old she was, 91 years old, putting a plastic bag over her head and then burnt her body. And he's got 7.5 years in prison. Oh my God, I am fuming. So they did ask for it to be 15 years. But the judge, for whatever, in the because he chose to go, because in Spain, the other thing you can do in Spain, you can choose a speedy trial. And if you choose a speedy trial, you are likely to get lesser sentence than if you choose a long trial. So I suppose he's probably pled guilty, I would imagine. You know, I don't understand the Spanish justice system. I challenge anyone to understand it. Don't even think judges understand. Well, the judges have complete power over everything. And so then you've got like the lawyers, and I know for a fact Lawyers don't even know what's going to happen. You know, it's not like, I know lawyers don't ever know 100% what's going to happen, because it depends on what the verdict ends up being, depends what the judge decides to give it. But normally, I think in Britain, in America, and probably in Australia, they have a good idea because of precedents, you know, what is likely to happen in a case and what the sentence is going to be, etc. Oh, not in Spain. I mean, you just, honest to God, it's just like a lottery. Because he apparently recognised his actions, so he's got 7.5 years for killing this poor woman who was 91 years old in such a brutal manner and burning her body. Let me just look at this video. Just great. Spain's a crazy place. Honest God, you never understand. There are some really good things about Spain, and some things like this that are just ridiculous. No logic. Where's the logic in this? Of course, don't forget, Spanish people are outraged by it. They're all, you know, complaining about it, but that's the way it is. Oh, let me just put the sound on. I know you can't speak Spanish, probably. Maybe some of you can, but I'll translate. So you think British, if you think British justice or American justice or Australian justice or any of the other countries that I know you watch from is bad, what about Spanish justice? Bloody non-existent. Now, the thing is, it's a very difficult case because the family of the auntie, she was 91, they are also the family of her nephew who killed her. So obviously they must have had some sort of argument or whatever. God knows what it was about. But how could you do that? To me, that he should have had. I know she was elderly. Whether they think, oh well, she perhaps didn't have much time left anyway. For God's sake, I don't know, because I don't know the ins and outs of the case. But to me, as soon as you attack the vulnerable, like children or elderly people, they're the vulnerable people in our society. And that is when the book should be thrown at you, because the sort of people that can attack the vulnerable, they're the scum of the earth as far as I'm concerned. How can you attack a 91-year-old woman? How could she possibly defend herself in any way, shape or form? It's just disgusting. Murder is always disgusting, but some murders are worse than others. And to me, when you murder a vulnerable person, like I say, either a child or an elderly person, that's the worst of the worst. But of course, yeah, he is family. Her family is his family. I mean, what did his family make of it? You know? Poor woman. Poor woman. Anyway, so there you go. I just wanted to tell you about that because I just wanted you to see what Spanish justice is like. Now, the next thing that I'm going to show you, now you may have read about this on the British news if you're British. This has just totally astonished me. But do you know? No, I don't know the details, Annie, I'm afraid. I don't know what his reason was. He got into an argument with her. That's what I read. He got into an argument, into a discussion. He got angry. And that was it. No, have you heard this other case of, let me just put some windows down and put these down now. I've done that. I'm going to talk about another couple of Spanish cases. Shut up. Shut up. That's enough, or I'm going to put you in the bathroom. That wasn't Coco that time. She just decided she wanted to start barking. Right, where am I going now? Yeah, so there's been some. So did you see that this British child lover, British child P, was caught in Valencia? Do you know, there's so many criminals come over to Spain. You know, people talk about, immigrants being criminals. Well, that's what happens in Spain. All these bloody British people and other nationalities, you know, that get into trouble in their own countries, they make a beeline for Spain. And this is a British P that was being looked for by Interpol. And believe me, when I Googled this, like to research it, there were loads of different ones come up. But this is the most recent one. And the most startling thing about this is a woman, a 41-year-old woman that was on the run from the police, from the British police, for child loving. So let's have a look at that. So yeah, this is a female P who's wanted in the UK and has been caught in Valencia. And 42 it says here, I thought she was 41. The 42-year-old woman is accused of committing a number of child sex crimes in Manchester. And Nova, she's come to Spain. So she's wanted in the UK for alleged sex offences against minors. Now, what, does it mean like teenagers, young teenagers, or children? I know they're teenagers are children, but you know what I mean. I don't know what the ins and outs are of this case. I don't know, the specifics of it. They haven't released that, or I don't know that. They haven't released that in Spain. They may have released that information in the UK. So she's been arrested. And the arrest was carried out by Spain's national police following an international arrest warrant for extradition, which was issued by Interpol's National Central Bureau in Manchester. And there she is. And the operation took place on the morning of Monday, the 5th of May, when officers from the Citizen Assistance Group and the Operational Response Group of the Exposición District received intelligence about a fugitive potentially hiding in the city. And following a series of investigations, police located the suspect in the La Punta neighbourhood of Valencia. And once they had verified her identity through police databases, they confirmed the outstanding warrant for her extradition to the UK, where she's accused of multiple child sex offences. She was arrested on the spot and subsequently brought before Valencia's Court of Instruction number 7, and the extradition process is now in the hands of the Spanish courts. Oh, so just when the Spanish didn't think British people were crazy enough, now we've got a female P caught in Valencia. Oh my God. Like, what? God, multiple offences. Now, they haven't named her yet, anyway, not over here. So she'll be taken back to Britain. Should be another story that I wanted to tell you about. So we've had a poor 91-year-old lady killed, a body set on fire, and the perpetrator's only got 7.5 years. That's, how we roll in Spain. And then we've got a British female child sex offender, multiple offences, been arrested in Valencia and is getting extradited back to Britain. But listen, Wait till you've heard this next story. Which I just, oh my God, just when you think the world can't get any crazier, it does, doesn't it? So let me show you this news article. Oh, wait till you see this, honest to God, just ridiculous. Where is it? So can't blame British people for this one. Can't blame Spanish people for it. These are two German women. It's in Murcia, which is just the next province along from Alicante, near a shopping centre. These two German women were arrested for indecent exposure and reckless driving. Sorry. As if the two go together. Indecent exposure and reckless driving in Murcia. So these two women were spotted by drivers on the A7 last Friday. So this was last Friday, this Friday just gone. Emming, I know I won't be able to say that word on YouTube, in the street, fully nude. So they were in the street, sat by their car, nude, emming themselves, enjoying themselves, let's say. And here we've got a little video. It's not, don't worry, it's not like the full Monty, if you pardon the expression. So this is them. So they've sat by their car, and motorists were a little bit distracted, as you can imagine. Surprised it wasn't a massive crash. And phoned the police. And this little video was taken, I think, by the police. Whatever. Oh, why won't it? Come on, let's have a look. Now, just imagine. Let me just pause it. There. So, yeah, she's... oh my God, the world is mad. It is mad. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. So these are two German women, apparently. Let's read the story. So two women sanctioned by the Policia Local from Murcia for exhibitionism. I don't know what the police will have made of this. Maybe it brightened their day. I don't know. Certainly give them something to tell their grandchildren about one day, won't it? So police in Murcia have arrested two German women after they were caught completely naked while performing sex acts in public in the vicinity of the Nueva Condomina shopping centre. I've been there. In Murcia, where that shopping centre is, it's a nice shopping centre. It's a really good shopping centre. And it's near where IKEA is. There's an IKEA and great big, it's like an industrial park with all these great big stores and things. You've got the shopping, in fact, there's two shopping centres close to each other. Then you've got the IKEA and other sort of big stores. I wonder if they'd been in IKEA. They've been to IKEA. Oh, dear me. Yeah, David, close your eyes. Dear me. There's, so just, anyway. So, the incident took place last Friday, May the 9th, with police being alerted following a tip-off from a driver who observed one of the women emming on the trailer of a flatbed truck while the other was filming her with a mobile phone. And look, just one thing funny that I want to tell you, because I think you'll laugh. When I Googled this to research it, because I saw it on a Facebook group, And I thought, oh, I'm going to research that. And I put in the Google, German women emming in the street or something. And all these porn things came up. It was like, so all these. I thought, oh God, if the police ever take my computer. So now it looked like I was looking for porn, of German women, particularly, emming in the street. Like that's my fetish or something. It's no, it just never even occurred to me that it would come up all these porn sites. It's obviously a popular fantasy because there was loads of them. Oh God, so I had to really sort through all of them before I could get to the actual news story. Anyway, so a patrol car went to the scene where they found both women completely naked and performing the acts that had been described to them. And when they so it gets worse than this, because then when they became aware of the police presence, the two women fled along the motorway in their vehicle, putting other road users at risk. I presume they were still nude as well. So they've jumped in the car, driven off, and during the police pursuit, the women apparently made dangerous maneuvers without indicating. Oh God! How dare they not indicate? Until they were intercepted by 4 patrol cars. Oh dear me! Oh, it's mad, isn't it? Intercepted by 4 patrol cars. I bet, even whether those policemen were called to that scene or not, they were all there. I bet the whole of the Policia Locale from Murcia were like, oh, come on, let's go and see these naked women. Oh, dear me. So the way it says, dangerous maneuvers without indicating. Nobody indicates in Spain. So I just want to tell you that. It's a standing joke in Spain. I never indicate. I never indicate unless it's not deliberate. I just forget. Unless it's definitely not clear where I might be going. If I think I have to make it clear, I do indicate. And my son, number one son, he goes mad. Why don't you indicate? But it's like a standing joke. Even the Guardia Civil make jokes about it. They show pictures of like indicators with cobwebs. Cobwebs coming off him saying, you are allowed to use your indicators. So I'm not surprised these 2 women didn't indicate. They probably had other things on their mind, didn't they? They weren't really thinking about indicating. They were thinking about something else completely by the sound of it. But yeah, so now I know it's not funny. They were putting people at risk, but it is funny. Sorry, it is. Got to have a sense of humour, haven't you, in this bloody crackers world that we live in? If you didn't have a sense of humour, oh my God. And then both women were reported to have shown an aggressive attitude during their arrest, and they now face charges for alleged. Come on, it's not alleged, is it? They've got video of it, for Christ's sake. It's not alleged. That she looks like she's having a poo, that woman. Oh dear. Anyway, so they will face charges for alleged indecent exposure, reckless driving, disobedience, and resisting arrest. I bet they were drawing straws for who could arrest those women. Nude, all the police be queuing up. Oh no, I'll arrest them. Oh dear, just. I wonder what sentence they'll get. So you get 7.5 years for murdering someone. Maybe they'll get longer. They won't get prison or anything. They'll get a fine, won't they? And instructed not to do it again. Let's just watch that again. Oh dear. You couldn't make it up, could you? You couldn't make it up. How dare they not indicate? Oh dear. They must, it reminded me a bit of those two twins, those Swedish twins who did a worse thing, like ran across the motorway, and it reminded me a bit of that. They must have been on something, drugs, alcohol, or whatever. I don't know if they tested them for it. Presume they did, but oh God, I just don't know how these sort of discussions come about, do you? Because imagine they're just their two mates. Maybe they've been to IKEA. Maybe maybe it was spending the day in IKEA and the meatballs just drove them, to the edge. Because there's literally an IKEA just around the corner. Where does that conversation come from? As they're driving along, presumably. Initially, they were driving along quite normally. Could you imagine that? I just think, how does that conversation happen? Oh, do you know what I think we should do? I think we should stop the car and start emming in the middle of the road. We should start, and you video it. Where does that conversation come from? I just don't know. I just don't know. Literally don't know. So, okay. So, yeah, I thought I'd let you know. God, look at my hair. I tried to put it up, but it's right mess. Sorry, hair's a mess. Hair's a mess, but never mind. It's like I look like Wurzel Gummidge. That's all I've got to tell you for now. So I've got a few stories. These things, I've got loads of other things I want to tell you about, all sorts of things. But I just, I'd be here all night. I will, I'll still keep threatening I'm going to do an all-day stream one day. Maybe that's one day I will, but it'll be a weekend, of course. Just talking, rubbish, just waffling all day. But also talking, these are real things that have happened. It's just incredible, isn't it? Crazy times in Spain. It's just the same in Spain as everywhere else. Oh God, wait till I go to Benidorm. I'm definitely trying to plan going to Benidorm, but I need to organise it. I need to finance it. I want to go to Benidorm and spend a couple of days there and look at some crime scenes, but also just show people what Benidorm's like and maybe chat to some people there, some of the Benidorm Brigade. Probably see some things like that going on there. There's a lot of mad things happening